Hello and welcome to day 21 of Healing from Unavailable Love with Marina. This week we have been exploring why we stay. We have looked at abandonment, guilt, boundaries, fear, identity, investment, the silent deals we make, and the pleasing patterns that often begin much earlier than we realize. Today, we close this chapter with one of the deepest reasons unavailable love can be so difficult to release: hope. Not simple hope we spoke in the previous videos, the hope that one day they will change and then you finally will be able to be happy. The hope that relationship will become consistent, the workplace will become fair, the friendship will become reciprocal, the hope that something outside you will finally become home, so you do not have to face how far away from yourself you have been living. As you listen, notice the part of you that still whispers, but what if this time they really change? Sometimes pain feels like home because it is the house you already know how to survive in. You know the rooms, the waiting room, the proving room, the overthinking room, the disappointment room, the room where you lower your needs so you can stay. In romance, you know how to wait for the message, decode the silence, and live on potential. At work, you know how to overperform, accept unfairness, and call exhaustion loyalty. In friendship, you know how to be useful, generous, easy, and secretly hurt. It is not comfortable, but it is familiar, and familiar can feel strangely safer than stepping into a life where you no longer know who you are without the pattern. What painful room do you keep returning to because it feels familiar enough to survive? The most powerful addiction may not be to the person, it may be to the day they finally change, the day they choose you properly, the day your manager recognizes you, the day your friend realizes how much you have carried, the day they apologize, become consistent, become kind, become fair, become available, and then finally you can be happy. Finally, you can relax. Finally, it will all make sense. This is why letting go can feel so brutal. You are not only losing what exists now, you are losing the imagined future where their change repairs everything you suffered and everything you sacrificed. But what if your happiness has been waiting in the wrong place? What part of your happiness have you placed in the future version of somebody who is not meeting you in the present? When pain feels like home, calm can feel suspicious. A consistent partner may feel boring. A fair workplace may feel less important because nobody's asking you to prove yourself. A reciprocal friendship may feel unfamiliar because you're not chasing, managing, or earning your place. You may mistake steadiness for lack of chemistry, fairness for lack of ambition, ease for lack of depth, because unavailable love gives you a mission. Win them, prove yourself, make them understand, become good enough to be chosen. Calm does not give you the same assignment. It asks you to be present. And if presence feels unfamiliar, you may run back to the pain because at least pain gives you something to do. What do you do with calm when there is nothing left to chase, fix, prove, or earn? Shadow work begins when you are brave enough to ask what the pain is helping you avoid. This is not about blaming yourself, no. It is about telling the truth. If you keep waiting for them to change, what do you not have to face? You may not have to ask directly for what you want. You may not have to risk being rejected by available people. You may not have to grieve the fantasy. You may not have to admit the workplace was never going to value you fairly. You may not have to see that the friendship survived because you kept abandoning yourself. And maybe the hardest truth, if you keep waiting for them to make you happy, you do not yet have to take responsibility for becoming happy without them. What painful truth would you have to face if you stopped waiting for them to change? Sometimes you're not trying to win their love, you're trying to win an old love through them. The partner who will not choose you, the manager who never recognizes enough, the friend who gives just enough to keep you trying. They may feel so powerful because they touch something older, a time when love, approval, safety, or attention did not arrive in the way you needed. So now a part of you says, this time I will make them stay. This time I will be good enough. This time I will be chosen. This time the unavailable person will finally become available. But adult happiness cannot be built by repeatedly auditioning for people who remind your nervous system of an old wound. Who does this person, workplace, or friendship make you feel you are still trying to win? The change does not begin when they finally become available. The change begins when you stop making your life wait for them. In my work, I'm not here to hand you a magic pill. I'm not here to tell you I can fix your life for you. No, you are doing the work, and I help you approach the knot your conscious mind has been circling for years. I help you listen beneath the explanation, beneath the hope, beneath the story you keep telling yourself. We approach the place where your subconscious learned that familiar pain was home. And when your own subconscious begins to untie the knot, change can happen faster than people expect. Not because I changed you, because you finally stopped waiting for them to change before your own life could begin. If your happiness no longer depended on them becoming who you hoped they would be, what would your life begin asking from you now? Today, do not ask only, will they change? Ask, who am I becoming while I wait? What happens to my body while I wait? My confidence, my money, my friendship, my future, my joy, my creativity, my relationship with myself. Hope can be beautiful, but hope becomes unavailable love when it keeps your happiness trapped inside somebody else's transformation. Maybe they will change, maybe they will not, but your life cannot remain suspended until they do. If this series is speaking to something inside you, gently subscribe so you don't miss anything important. I'm sending you so much love and light, and in the next video we begin a new chapter together, exploring who you really are underneath the pattern and how to return to your authentic self. Speak soon.